Jeff Gonyo.
My name is Jeff Gonyo. I represent the Highway J Citizens Group, which has many residents who live here in the Village of Richfield. The village's malicious, vindictive campaign of spreading blatantly false
Could you give
information.
us your address, please? You didn't do that.
2668 Highway 164. The village's malicious, vindictive campaign of spreading blatantly false information has inflamed the public to viciously attack Danah Zoulek and her family with privacy-invasive drone flyovers and repeated acts of vandalism on their family home, toilet paper, egging, and drawing obscene pictures.
Hey, Jeff Gonyo, I told you, stay.
This is related.
No, it isn't.
It certainly is when you fly a
Related.
drone over somebody's property.
I'm speaking, Jeff. I took great pains here to say you could speak to the property. Her private residence is somewhere else.
Well, she's the developer.
It's somewhere else.
All right, well, let's move on then. Fine, let's move.
Just stay
let's move
on Scenic Road.
You've publicly disseminated lies against Danah Zoulek, a decorated combat veteran, business owner, and fourth-generation resident, and caused your family undue pain and anguish. As village officials, your conduct is shameful, disrespectful, and disgusting. And I'd like to cite a few examples. Rock Brander, at the May 21st, 2015 Village Board meeting, during the Scenic Pit item that was in closed session, I have the audio tape. You referred to the Scenic Pit people that were supporting the Scenic Pit as jackasses and creeps, and we have it on audio during that closed session. It was turned on, we ordered the audio. Your disrespectful, outrageous conducts were caught on this village audio, and it's even been posted up on the internet now so everybody can hear what you said. Mr. Jeffords, at the same time, you criticized Danah Zoulek on the Scenic Pit. You don't seem to be too concerned about the activity going on in the pit right next door to you.
Again, Jeff, I'm not going to put up with you constantly deviating from what I said.
I'm
just a little
comparing
while
to,
ago.
I'm doing a comparison.
No, you're not.
Yes,
You are
I am.
not.
I'm doing a comparison.
Don't argue with me, or you're going to sit down.
So you're going to...
I told you.
You're going to determine my opinion.
I'm speaking. I told you had to say on the agenda. The property next to my home is not on the agenda.
Well,
you will keep your comments to the scenic view pit, or I will have you sit down. Is that understood?
I'm going to talk...
Is that understood?
I'm talking about Scenic Pit related items.
Is that understood?
I will talk
It's
about
a simple yes or no.
I will talk about Scenic Pit related items.
Scenic pit related items is not on the agenda. Scenic pit is on the agenda.
Anything that relates to the Scenic Pit, it's
No,
the Scenic Pit.
no. Scenic Pit property is on the agenda. The lawsuit is on the agenda. Trucking to and from is on the agenda, but not the ancillary properties, as I said at the beginning of the meeting. And I'm not going to tolerate that from you.
Oh, so you're going to determine what my opinion is on the issue. You're going to dictate to what my
You can
opinion
have
is.
an opinion on Scenic Pit.
But
That
these
is
things are
fine.
related to the Scenic. How can you...
Jeff, you know what you are an attorney.
Yes.
You are an attorney, you know perfectly well what public comment is about and procedure, and it is not related properties.
So
And
you
I'm not
wanna
going to argue the
censor
point with you.
people's comments.
You would stay on Scenic
You want to
Pit.
talk about... You want a censorship. All right, well...
No, it's not censorship,
Yes, well,
it's
this-
the law, Jeff,
No,
and
but
you're trying to get
this-
away with something you shouldn't
That's
be
not what it
doing.
says on the written agenda.
You're very close to sitting down. Now
That's not what it
stay
says on the
on
written
point.
agenda right here. Okay, well, let's just move on here. Let's talk about groundwater contamination. You're so concerned about clean fill going into the pit, which the DNR has determined will actually improve groundwater quality, not take away from it. The DNR says clean fill added to a pit actually improves the groundwater quality. And DeRosso versus Oak Creek landfill also supports that. However, I mean, you don't seem to be too concerned about the contamination in the neighborhood already, because right across the street in the Schaefer pit, and it's...
All right, Jeff, sit down. I've had
You don't want
enough
to talk,
of you.
that's in the same neighborhood, right?
Schaefer Pit has nothing to do with this.
Well, I stand united with Danah Zoulek and her family, and I think you all ought to resign. Goodbye.
Well, there's no reason for you to be very angry here, but let's move on.
Censor people's comments, and that's not tolerated.
I'm not going to tolerate your disrespect of the process, Jeff.
Well, you're controlling...
You're welcome to come back here anytime and follow the process, and that's the way it's going to stand.
Danah Zoulek.
Next, Dana, please come up.
My name is Danah Zoulek, 623 Amy Bell Road. Well, okay. I'd like to know how Mr. Healy can actually, as the administrator, clerk, treasurer, and chief of police, give an unbiased report to the community when he is also a co-defendant in our case. He gets unlimited time to speak. I get 3 minutes. Since Jim Healy took over as village administrator, the Village of Richfield has spent over $140,000 in legal fees. The Village of Richfield is currently involved in several lawsuits, and our case is the only case that the village gives updates on. The only one. I have been denied over 25 open records requests. There has been open meetings law violations, and it now today, as we stand here, sits at the Attorney General's office, and I will not stop until it is stopped. I will not tolerate being harassed. I will not quit when the state of Wisconsin law is clear. I will not be chased away by anybody's threats. If the person in here tonight, if the person that's here tonight vandalized my property with my children.
Lower your voice, please.
I can speak as loud as I would like.
We've got a real good sound system here, so please.
I'll stand back here then. I'm upset. My home was vandalized. I have
Your home
penises.
is not on the agenda,
Penises
Danah.
drawn with syrup.
While I personally...
As I stand here today, there is footage of a drone monitoring activity of our site. It is private property with residents residing there. People live there. People are looking at us with binoculars. Either my horse got out on its own or people are letting it out. If you guys had to deal with this every day, how would you feel? The state of Wisconsin has made it clear. The DNR told Jim Healy and the village engineer that clean fill improves the water quality. You were standing right there. I'm tired of the lies. I'm tired of the misinformation. I'm tired of being kicked out of businesses. The PTA doesn't let me go to stupid Popcorn Friday. You want to talk about being pissed? I'm pissed. My dad used to tell me when I was a kid, if you're having the same problem with everyone, the problem is probably you. I took a good look at myself, and you know what? I have been opening the line of communication with you guys, with everybody else involved at the state level, with legislation, and everybody agrees with me. So the problem is all of you. Every single one. I couldn't understand why you would designate the site as quarry redevelopment in the comprehensive plan and then object to it being developed. It doesn't make sense. So who's behind this? That's what I want to know. I respectfully ask this village board and the community to understand it's the village's incompetence and disparate treatment towards our project that is costing our taxpayers and ourselves thousands.
Please step away. Thank you. Next speaker, let's have respect here.
Cindy
Next speaker.
Boucher.